What is going on, everybody? It is Mr. Banks coming at you live with a Sunday watch list. Now, I'm going to try to go through this pretty fast, but I got a lot of tickers. I'm going to show you guys and go through and walk through. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Enjoy it. Hope you guys watch through it fully because you're going to get a lot of information in this one. So let's get it. First thing, let's go over SPY real quick. The daily and the weekly. So let's add weekly. Let's go start from the weekly. Let's add the 50 SMA. Boom. Okay, guys, look at this 50. This is something I'll be looking at going into this week, this 50 to get tested at around 412, right? 412. So if we move up past this trend line again, I will be looking at 412 to either reject or claim 412 to get a move higher. So this 50 MA on the weekly is definitely something to really keep in mind. Now let's go ahead to the daily on SPY. Go ahead and get rid of this 50. So let's go to the daily on SPY. As you can see, we're still in this rising wedge. We rejected. Let me add display. We rejected the trend line, and we also are now back into this wedge, but it's showing that we have a lot of strength still into it. Let me go back to the weekly real quick. You guys can see we are entering into this nice volume right here again. So this is where I could see that, we can get buying up until FOMC on December 14th. So I could see that we could actually enter up into the zone right here. So if we get past this, as we said, 412. So 410 was obviously that major rejection we had last week. But look at where 412 is. 412 is about right where this volume profile is. What do you know? So that's where the most volume is coming in. It doesn't show whether it's buying or selling. It's just the most volume by price, right? So if we do get up here, that is where that 412 is, which is what I just showed you on the weekly. The 50 MA is right there. So if we get past 410, I'm definitely looking for 412 here on SPY. And then from there, make a move up to around 414 to 415, and then all the way up to 418. So recap that real quick. I'll be looking at a break right here, probably around 408 back to 410. If we can break 410, definitely looking for 412. If we can, which is the 50 MA on the weekly as well. And if we can get past that, definitely has room to move up to 414 to 415. Wait for that area. So 410 to 414 or 410 to 412, 412 to about 415. And then we have all the way up to 418 as these levels if we do decide to break to the upside. Now we know 405 is a major level, so I'm looking for that to hold. You can see it's also the top of this volume profile. So if 405 holds, then I'm definitely will be looking for the upside. But if 405 does not hold, and then I'll be looking around 402, and then 400, we can go down to the smaller time frames. So we can see right here, 402 is definitely that level to hold to the downside. I'm on a 30-minute right now. Super easy. You can see that's where we bounce. Strong buying, bullish indications right here, right? The hammer, we finally went up at this 402. So to the downside, that 402 level is definitely major. 410 to the upside is definitely major, but 405 is definitely something that I want to hold. 405 breaks, 402 to the downside, then 400, and then back into the zone from like 395 to 400. So there's SPY for you. Let's go on to NVIDIA. NVIDIA, I'm actually going to take off the after hours display. So this will probably fill tomorrow pre-market. If it doesn't, then it's definitely something that's in play. But we do have this nice gap up here from around 160, 169, all the way up to around 171. So that 169 to 171 could definitely be something in play tomorrow. But I do think that this level this gap will probably get filled in pre-market tomorrow. I'm gonna probably open up somewhere around here. If we do, definitely this 172, about 172.65 level up For calls, we can go down to the 15-minute. See, yeah, this 172.65 break above for calls. And I'm definitely looking at this pivot point where we came up, rejected here nicely, got a little bit of we flagged out and then came up. So around 164 will be my bottom that I'll be looking at for tomorrow and this week to hold. So if we don't fill that gap, we do have this break of 169 up to 171.50 or 171 around here. I'll be looking to fill. If we do fill that in the pre-market tomorrow, then definitely 172.65 calls above. And then this 164 area below on NVIDIA is somewhere that I'll be watching. Flagged out, consolidated, headed up. So this is why this 164 is such a major level for it to hold to the downside. So again, 169 to 171 has this gap fill, 172.65 up for calls, or a nice reject level as well. And then 164 to the bottom side on NVIDIA. Now let's go to NEO. This one, especially with the COVID lockdowns, NEO's having some great action. We had nice gap up here. Another flag out, right? We're kind of triple topping here, flagging out a little bit right here. Major level to watch is around 1332. If we do break that, definitely can see some nice upside here at this 1332. 12 level down here is something that I'm watching a lot on NEO. So 12 to the downside, 1332 up. We can also take a look at the daily and how it looks. We can also see how much this is a major level breaking out from this bottom consolidation accumulation area down here. This would be a major breakout to the upside. We can see some nice movement up all the way to the 16 area. Now, this could also be another one that you might want to take and start entering into commons, right? Into your equity side, into your long-term portfolio. NEO does very well. I think NEO for the long term can definitely go see that 15, 16, $20 mark all the way up here at some point, in the future. So definitely taking NEO long on the common side probably wouldn't be a bad idea either if you want to start, dollar cost averaging into NEO if you haven't already. Probably a good area to do so. You can see we filled this major gap down here all the way from 2020, hold big whole candle usually indicates that there's a lot of buying coming in, a lot of volume coming in. And then we can see that to the upside, probably going to start heading up here again. Let's go to volume. Yeah, so we could see this volume coming in here, right? Had this nice volume coming in, probably indicating that we're probably going to see, that upside up to 1920 here, relatively soon, right? So not a bad area to think about dollar cost averaging in. NEO does look good for the future, right? So maybe in your Roth long term, nice swing on NEO. What else can we look at? FedEx, this is a good one. Watching this had, some lot of volume. See how this volume came in, and then we finally are starting to head up. We do have this nice volume gap right here. As we can see, I'll kind of take that away. You can see this volume gap right here. Between around 185 all the way up to 193. So definitely looking for this. It's the holidays. So, I see a lot of people shopping. I see, a lot of people still spending their money, right? Still spending their money. The US debt is at an all-time high, right? People haven't stopped spending their money. So this easily could get filled on this volume gap, but we also have this price gap all the way up to 203. So this 183.50 area right here, I'm definitely looking for. If we can break like 183.50, as you can see here, 183.50, definitely something to watch all the way up to that 185 where that volume gap starts, right? So this is definitely another one to watch on FedEx here, around 183, 183.50, heading up to 185. And then after 185, can definitely see that higher all the way up to around 193. for that nice gap fill, right? And then we have all the way up to we have to 203, right? So again, 183, 183.50 would be nice for a nice little swing trade to 185. If 185 holds, then we can easily see that gap fill all the way up to around 192, 190 to 192, right? Major volume coming in here. Sold off, but we're still holding. So definitely looking for this going into the holiday season, right? There is another one for you. I do have a couple others to check out really quick. Tesla. Tesla is another big one, right? Tesla is another big one. So we know that 200 is a very big level on Tesla. I mean, we know it's a big psych level. We've seen it here, rejected majorly, right? So 200 is definitely looking, we're flagging out here, right? Flagging out here. Very easy to see. Nice little flag out. Right. So we're flagging out. And finally breaking out. So I really will be looking over this 195 area right here, 195.50, heading up to 200, right? So you could play it safe, take calls over 200 or reject 200 again. But I am looking kind of around 195.50 or 195 if we don't head up in pre-market to, go touch 200. I really think we will probably touch 200 again, right? I really do think that 200 is definitely going to be retested. So Tesla's definitely on my watch. And then around 191, 190 right here, right? 190.50. 190.50, 191 break right here for puts back to the downside. But I do think we'll probably most likely at least get to 196 to 190, 199, but most likely 200 is going to be retested again on Tesla. So again, we have this nice downside right here to 191 or 190.50 to 191, and then a break of 195. 195.50, we could easily see with strength all the way up to 200 retest again, right? 200 retest again on Tesla. So I know I'm giving a lot at you, trying to make this really quick for you guys. Let's look at, the cannabis sector. Cannabis sector is getting a lot of attention lately. Let's go to the weekly. You could see the weekly is breaking out right on this POC line. It's called the point of control line. It's where the highest set of volume is in, and we can see that it broke above. You can use this as a pivot point level. So if we're above it, definitely showing some good signs. See, look at this major volume coming in, right? And now we're heading up. So a lot of people are buying this up. This is a nice level. Nice level, kind of like Neo, around the same level, right? 1333. Neo was 1332. We could see 1350 break for the upside. Can go in and look at the cannabis name. So this could be another good long one to take long in commons as well as trying to swing. We have ACB Cannabis Company. Look at this breaking out, right? Breaking out. So if we can break out over this 145, I think we can easily see up to 160, 160, 162 level all the way up here. Definitely need some more, a little bit better volume, a little bit more buying action coming in and seeing that up. SNDL, another one. You can see another nice action of this finally coming in. I mean, this one had a major, they all did. Cannabis sector had a major long run of accumulation that is finally breaking. Look at this big accumulation finally breaking out. I think we could easily see up to $384 on SNDL again. So another couple other ones that we could take long in commons, DCAN, if you like. The weed sector, obviously the weed will be federally legalized at some point. So definitely could be something that you could think about taking long. And I think the last one I really want to go over is BBBY, Bed Bath and Beyond. I mean, this one has been ran to hell, right? It fucking died. So we saw some action bounce off of a nice, long, steady downward slope on it. I mean, it's been selling off forever. Double topped here all the way back in September, and now we're finally getting some nice action on it. So this is another one, definitely on the common side. I might be looking on the option side as well, but on the common side, we could easily DCA into this with 341 being our major level uh, to DCA dollar cost average down into, um, and then maybe cut if we get past three, right? So this is something definitely to keep on your watch that we could potentially take long here, right? That we could take long here. So I just want to show you guys something really quick. Go stock charts. Um, for the common side, something to think about when you start taking things long. Be looking at the 5 SMA as well as the 20 SMA, right? So we're breaking above both of that right now. These are clear signs of a nice swing trade on the daily, right? The 5 crosses the 20, so we're almost there. The MACD is crossing up as well. We had a little divergence right here. Stocks coming down, MACD is still curling up. So that's a nice divergence going on here. So this is another sign of where I think, taking this long on the common side might not be a bad idea, right? Might not be a bad idea to start taking Bed Bath and Beyond long on the common side. So, had some nice action here of a major sell-off. So definitely could be something worth looking at. SoFi, another one, something to look at to get back into the $5 range. So hope you guys enjoyed this. Gave a lot at you, gave a lot of plays. I'll try to recap this in text format for you guys, but hope you enjoyed it. I'll try to do this every week to give you a nice Sunday weekly watch list. Obviously, I didn't go over AMD today, but let's go over AMD real quick. Honestly, AMD, I play it more so on the daily levels. So, we also have a gap right here, right? So I will be watching the 75.55 gap all the way up to 77.50. So another thing to watch tomorrow if we don't fill that pre-market. Nice little triple top here. So definitely something to keep and watch. To the downside, 73.60. But again, I'll get these levels out to you in the morning. And let's bank this week. Let's stay patient. One trade a day. Even if it's one trade a week, we're going to compound. We're going to go little by little to make our dreams come true. So just stay patient. Don't get greedy. And it's the holidays. So, guys, I think during December, we should spend more time with our family, friends, and our loved ones and try to get away from the screens as much as possible. Uh, Obviously, we're going to be trading and everything, but, it's holidays. So, spend time with family members, loved ones, and try to get off the screen. Don't spend too much screen time this month and know why we do this. It's so we can spend time, right? So we can spend time. So definitely take time to spend with your family. All right. Love you guys. I'll see you later. Peace.